What's going on, everybody? My name is Barba223 and welcome back to another video. I hope you like my witch doctor looking polymorph. But today we're using a pure DK that has a ton of sustain, a ton of healing, does a lot of AoE damage. It's really good for small scale, even playing solo. So I'm a big fan of it. But as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's just get into it. Alright, so we're sitting at 21,000 magic, 36,000 health, 24,000 stamina, 1,300 stamina recovery, 700 magic, 1,300 health recovery before we pop a potion or anything like that. And then when you pop your weapon damage, you have 3,800 before your berserker on the back bar, 24% spell crit, 5,000 pen before you get your major breach, and then you have resistances. It's 31 on the back bar, and 28 on the front. These are the attributes: 12 magic, 37 health, 15 stamina. When we have the Serpent Mundus, we're using Bewitched Sugar Skulls, and we have, that's it, yeah, and we're a Dark Elf. Alright, so the gear. On the back bar, we have Daedric Trickery. Okay, Daedric Trickery works so well with Dragonknight's kit. If you don't know what it does, it gives health, stamina, and magic. And then when you deal damage, you get one of 5 major buffs, which is Expedition, which is movement speed, Protection, which is damage mitigation, Mending, which is healing, Heroism, which is ultimate regen, and Vitality is healing received. So you get 2 buffs at a time, almost 3. But this is so good on DK because every single one of these just go into its kit so well. Right, getting movement speed is good on anybody. But then Protection is great. Mending and Vitality are fantastic. And then Heroism is amazing because DK's sustain comes from that as well. So really good, actually. So I'm a big fan of Daedric Trickery. I use an Ice Staff because it makes blocking cost magic. Also, when you heavy attack, you get a big shield. You also get a lot of magic back. So Ice Staff is just tankier for using a staff on the back bar. And then on the front bar, we're actually using Werewolf Hide. So if you don't know anything about Werewolf Hide, it's actually a fantastic set. So what it basically does is that when you take damage, you generate 6 ultimate. So you're getting over 1 ultimate a second on top of your major heroism when it does proc. We're also using Blood Spawn, so that gives you even more ultimate, which means you're kind of spamming a Dragon Leap, which is awesome. But you get health, stamina, weapon damage, and then when you take damage, you get ultimate back. We're using a 2-hand. We're going with a Battle Axe for extra crit damage. And then we have Bloodspawn, like I said, you get 1 line of recovery, and then when you take damage, you have a 6% chance to generate ultimate and increase your resistances. All right, it's really good. I mean, it's pretty much proccing over and over. So our resistances actually go from that 31k up to, what, 34? So really awesome. And then, like I said, then we have One Piece Trainee, and then we fill out the bar, and then we have Satan Seducer. If you don't know anything about Satan Seducer, it's fantastic. It's actually really good. It gives a ton of buffs. But basically how it works is every 10 seconds you get a different buff, and then your enemies get a different debuff. So you get Major Berserk, and then they get Minor Maim, or Major Resolve and Minor Breach, Major Force, and they get Minor Brittle, Major Evasion and Minor Vulnerability, and then Major Courage and Minor Cowardice. So this, along with Daedric Trickery, you're just getting access to an absurd amount of buffs. Which is really good. So I think it's a fantastic item. Is it the best item ever? No, but I think it's really good. Mark and Ring of Majesty is cool. Death Dealer's Feet is really good on this build. You could even use Sea Serpent's Coil if you want. But I'm liking this right now. I'm enjoying it, so I'm going to keep using it. Alright, so that is the gear. Let me know what you think. And then the skills. Alright, so we're using Flames of Oblivion for to help proc that amazing Molten Whip. So Flames of Oblivion is kind of your spammable, actually, in a way, because you're going to be using it. You're kind of going in your rotation, like you're going 1, 2, 3, Molten Whip, Flames of Oblivion, Noxious Breath, Venomous Claw, Molten Whip. You're kind of going in order. So, anyways, Flames of Oblivion is really good. Does AOE damage. The other version's actually really good too. Cauterize. I really always wish I could use Cauterize. I just feel like I never have a slot for it. But honestly, Cauterize is cool. It's good, but I like Flames of Oblivion just a little bit more. Then we're using Noxious Breath, really good. Damage over time, applies Major Breach, just awesome ability. Rally is serving as our dual purpose here, so it's going to be our burst heal, along with stamina recovery, along with our weapon and spell damage, which is really nice. So yeah, really, really good. I use it as a burst heal, like I said. It's a good weapon and spell damage buff. Another nice thing about it is that for two-hand, the reason I'm using it is because when you get a kill, you get 30% stamina recovery, which is really good. So it makes a big difference. And then Venomous Claw is just Venomous Claw. It just does a lot of damage. And then you have Molten Whip, right? Molten Whip is really good. Basically how it works is you want to use all three of your Ardent Flame abilities before using your Molten Whip, and then you can kind of just use a Shattering Rocks, hit them with a free Molten Whip, and it does so much damage. Does it actually show the tools? You have to be in combat, right? So no, it doesn't work. But yeah. And then we're using Ferocious Leap. Really, really good. Back bar, we have Volatile Armor for your armor buff and dot damage. And then we have Resolving Vigor, which is obviously a must. That heals for like almost 15. And then you have Shattering Rocks, which is a nice bursty heal. On top of its unblockable CC. And then we have Cinderstorm, which is kind of your flex spot. Cinderstorm is actually really good, though. I'm a big fan of it. I mean, you don't have to use it if you don't want. There's other options. Like, I mean, not really other options, actually. No, there is, actually. What you could do is throw Flames of Oblivion or something on the back bar. And then you could use the finisher, two-handed finisher. Really, really good, too. But I do like Cinderstorm. I think it gives a ton of healing. The slow is nice if people are chasing you. I think it's good. And then we're using Race Against Time for our movement speed, and we get Minor Force, which is really nice, and you get Snare Immunity, which is actually really, really clutch. So, yeah, that's what we're using. And then last we have Corrosive Armor. If I had a Resto Staff, I'd probably be using Life Giver, but this is really good. You do AoE damage, and then everything you do ignores their resistances, which is fantastic. So yeah, that's what we're using. And then CP, again, I'm not too into CP, but Force of Nature, Master at Arms, Thaumaturge, Untamed Aggression, and then Peace of Mind, Juggernaut, Pain's Refuge, and Survival Instincts. So, big fan. Let me know what you think down below. I'm a big, big fan of this build. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.